27th, 2021 here with your live show. We are live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We just keep coming at you. Winning days, losing days, doesn't matter. We just keep showing up. It's all cyclical. I got to say, I taken a couple heartbreakers over the last week, man. It's been some interesting stuff. I don't know, man. Well, it always comes around, but I think right now it has been favorite heavy in Major League Baseball, and that is never good news for me. I'm a dog guy. It's just, I don't know. I think maybe a little bit of an altering of things might be in the offing for me. It's like, we figure it out. I always figure it out, so not too concerned. As long as you don't take too bad of a beating, it's not like I'm losing on minus 190 favorites or something. But, yeah, we got a lot of exciting things going on here at Pick Dogs and at Sports Shop Place. But aside from that, of course, we got NBA playoff action. We've got NHL playoff action. We've got 13 Major League Baseball games today, and we're heading into that Memorial Weekend. So Monday will probably be a special VIP show. I think for the VIP show, we didn't really make it official. But Brian Bittler might have lost his crown as the host last night with the Hawks blowing that massive lead and getting just dog-chowed there in the third quarter. It was all Knicks in that one. They left little doubt as to who was
part of the story of the day yesterday.
Well, the Knicks were
a public day yesterday. So
but it wasn't just. I mean, that was an easy game. I mean, the Hawks aren't going to beat the Knicks twice in the playoffs in Madison Square Garden, and we saw the crowd. It wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. It was a. I mean, sometimes you make good bets and you lose. Sometimes you make just ridiculous plays, and we all do. We all do. And that's one where you got to say that was a stupid bet.
I look forward to New York. I look forward to the Knicks coming to Atlanta and playing the Hawks there.
And that's all fine and well. Who cares? Who cares? We're talking about yesterday's game, and I would say that was a stupid bet. I'd say you make some great plays, and you make some that I disagree with you, and you end up being right. And that's how you end up being the host of the VIP show. But I would say yesterday, that taking the Hawks was one of the worst picks you've made.
Well, we ended up splitting yesterday because I had the Sixers as a premium.
Right, and I also had the Jazz, and there we go.
And I agreed with you with the Jazz. So
I was right on the outside of that one.
1-1 and me versus you yesterday. We tied.
And that's okay. But I felt a lot stronger about the Knicks than the Wizards. That's for sure. It was hardly in the same.
I gotta admit, I felt just as strong about the Hawks as I did the Sixers.
I don't even see the logic in it. I mean, we could talk about yesterday all we want, but I don't even see the logic in that.
It seemed too easy to take the Knicks, and I don't take points like that.
I don't know.
That's just me.
I pounded the crap out of him at halftime. I should have come on at halftime. Right. I was in the hot tub. Yeah, kind of found myself in that new infinity pool hot tub thing. It's kind of new part of my daily routine. Anyways,
you need to invite Ruflo over to the hot tub.
Oh man, I got the worst. I got this guy on email. He's just one of these guys that he writes emails and he just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's like he just babbles stuff. Rod, when's the last time I've outright bashed the NHL on this show? When's the last time?
Oh, long time ago.
A long time ago, right? And it's like, I don't bash the NHL. It's just not something that I grew up with, so I don't know much about it, so I'm just not interested in it. I certainly don't bash it. I lived in Chicago. We could go back on YouTube, and I could show you pictures of me at the parade, and you could see pictures with Kane and Toes with the cup and everything. And it's like, I was as into it as everybody was in Chicago. And those guys were, believe me, when the Hawks won the cup the first time, it was like they were living the cup for an entire year. The cup was everywhere, and those guys were everywhere. It was like, oh, you can get a free thing. Brett Seabrook lived in our building. It was craziness. So like all the guys were always over, at the pool and stuff. It's like, I don't know, man. But someone wrote this thing, you bashed the NHL. And then they said that I embarrassed you guys, which I might, But it's like, they say that I talk about how much money I have all the time. And I don't believe I do that either. I think it's about winning. And it's like, I'm certainly not ashamed of what I've accomplished, man. I am not, man. I've worked super hard for it. I'm not going to apologize to anybody for it. And if anybody else, wants to accomplish what I have, whether it be on YouTube or with the websites or anything like that, my initial investment was $10 in coming online and being on the internet. $10. Go back and watch my first videos. I've shown them. My lips are moving at a different speed of what the audio is. And so, you got to start somewhere. But it's like, it didn't just happen. And, and like I've said a million times, it's like nobody works for free. It works with me. That's for sure. At those other sites, you want to complain? Go to those other sites. Ask the people on those videos what they're making. Ask them if they're being compensated in any way on those videos. I think the hosts get compensated, but not like these guys wouldn't. Who the hell would pay these guys? This guy. That's not the only one. This show's so bad. Anyways, let's get to the NBA. Brian out for a little Nick revenge here.
I'll get my Nick revenge in Game 3.
No, I'm just saying that I got this email from this guy. It was like it's so confusing, as to what his point is. His point is that he wanted something, right? But he threw in the initial email that I bashed the NHL. And this was like, I got the email like a week ago, the first one. He said, you bashed the NHL. And it's like, the thing is, I haven't bashed the NHL like in a very long time. And the only thing I ever said is that I don't find it interesting, because I didn't grow up with it and I don't know any of the players and I don't know the sport. So for me to be sitting here in an NHL segment doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't bring anything to the table. I could flip the penny. I could look at numbers. I could do whatever, but it's like, I know that, back in the day, there was always like 7 brothers, the Sutters, right, or something. It's like, yes, isn't Sutter on that team? It's like, you got a 40% chance, It's like.
I think you'd find it interesting if you had like 2,000 on the game, or 3,000, or whatever your betting amount is. If you had a large amount on a hockey game, you'd be into it, and I think you'd be excited.
Well, it's like I can't put a large amount on something that I don't have a firm grasp of what I'm betting on. That's not what I do. That's called, I'd rather play craps. I'd rather shoot dice.
Right?
I'd rather put it in a slot
like an overtime hockey game.
Let's go drop a big bet on Bundesliga.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah. Why wouldn't I go with something that I know?
No.
I'm fully capable of losing a big bet on something that I actually do know something about. So why would I go blow a big bet on something I know nothing about? I mean, it's like when the dealer, at the craps table, like re-ups you or something. It's like, hey man, I don't want to leave that up there. It's like, I'm fully capable of losing my own money. It's like, I don't need you to help me here. All right, let's just get to the NBA.
But George Taiwan is playing table tennis. Come on!
I'll tell you, sometimes I even wonder on this show what the hell we're talking about. Sometimes I just want to get to the picks. And we got the Heat and the Bucks. We got the Lakers and the Suns, which I think is the most interesting of the games on the board, and the Blazers and the Nuggets. I think the other 2 games are easy. Brian, what do you got?
Well, I think this free pick that I'm giving you is pretty easy. I think the LA, as much as it pains me to say it, I think the Lakers are the play at -7 here. I know that Chris Paul isn't playing, and that's why it's -7. I just think it is a really high number. And to me, they're trying to bait you into taking a chance with the Phoenix Suns. But I think the Lakers got the wake-up call in Game 2, and I think they're starting to gel. So I think they're going to blow out Phoenix on their home court. I'm going to lay the 7 to the Lakers.
Rod, do you like any of these?
Yeah, for me, I'm going to take the Heat in the first quarter. They need to come out hot and on fire. And I think they win the first quarter, so I'm going to take the Heat. Plus, I see that it's minus a half a point. You can go up to a -1 and get a nice plus price on that one. I'm going to take the Heat to win the first quarter at minus half a point. I think they come out a little bit on fire and kicked off. I'm also going to take. I'm going to agree with the Lakers. I'm going to take the Lakers minus the 7 points. I think they get a nice win. Chris Paul does play this game, but I don't think he's at 100%. He only played 23 minutes last game and was looking pretty hobbled. So he's got some sort of injury. He's going to try to gut it out and play as many minutes as he can, but I don't think he's going to go the full game. He's got some sort of injury. He'll put some time in, but definitely not full game. I think Lakers get the win, double-digit win in that one, go up 2-1.
We might have to have a side bet. I bet he doesn't play.
I'm taking the Suns in this one anyway, man. I think the Suns come closer to winning this game, if not winning this game outright. Then the Lakers come to covering a 7-point spread, something that they don't do very often anyways. And the Lakers, not big cover teams, not big 7-point win teams. They're a big 4-point and less win team is exactly how they get things done. And in this game against the Suns, like I said, I think the Suns have a better chance of winning outright than the Lakers do of covering the spread. I just don't see it, and I think that, the Lakers definitely got some calls there in game 2. Obviously, the NBA, the TV networks, they all want the Lakers, the second biggest TV market in the country. Boy, imagine what a Knicks-Lakers final would do. Right?
You don't think the Lakers are going to get the call on their own home court?
Oh, they're going to, but the Suns are the much better team. And I think that's the issue.
I like the Suns.
I mean, you're a Laker fanboy, and we know it. And
I just
maybe Al Nino
Salonia's
Salonia's Lakers jersey.
Yeah, I need a Kobe dunking the ball in the back. I like.
It's like, Al, can you send me your Lakers jersey and your Kershaw shirt?
Oh, wait till the baseball. I might have to dunk.
What do you like better, the Al Niños Lakers jersey or the Kershaw shirt? I like the Kershaw shirt.
I think Kershaw looks better on him.
Yeah, the Kershaw.
It's like a giant Kershaw shirt. It's like full-size Kershaw. Anyways, remember to hit the like button. Helps us out a bunch. I rarely say it, but I'm going to start saying it. James Clark did an interesting thing on the YouTube on the drive-through yesterday, and I was on the drive-through, and my game got rained out halfway through it. We were up 3-0, but James Clark did something where he said, if we have more than 70 likes or something, he didn't look at how many likes were already there. He's like, if we have more than 70 likes, I'll put one of my premium picks in the Facebook group. So I'm going to do that as well, but I'm going to do it for 600 likes on this show. So 600 likes throughout the day on this show, I will put one of my premium picks in the Facebook group. So there you have it. I'll whore myself out for some likes. Brian will be tipping me before all's said and done.
Yeah.
Brian's tipping. Anyways, I like the Phoenix Suns here. I just think they're the better team. And I think anytime you get the better team with a touchdown, you got to take it.
That's why it seems the better team gets a touchdown. Too good to be true.
Too good to be true. Lakers money line. 89% of the public. It is. What is it? What is it?
Oh, I would never play the Lakers money line.
Well, that's what you are basically playing. You're playing. If you're laying the points, you also believe that they'll be the money line.
81%. 81. 64% of the bets, 81% of the money on the money line.
Hey, Brian, 98% of the early money is on the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow.
How is that anything new? And look at the Atlanta Hawks line. The Hawks are laying 4.5.
I mean, you got the Lakers. You parlay it up. You can parlay it up, man. Parlay it up.
I'm loving that Hawks early.
Throw a little something on the over. Lakers and over.
Really, -4.5? That's crazy.
It opened at 4. It's up a half.
Well, yeah. 4.5. Wow.
They're really baiting in.
Right.
I'm seeing some 6.5.
Come on, where's the hook? Woo!
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing some pressure here on that Lakers 7. So I'm liking that Suns pick. The Lakers, Brian's Lakers money line is 81% of the money is on that.
Chris Paul plays for sure. He's
He's
not 100%. That's the part that scares me in that game. He's gonna play. Basketball players like hockey players. Do they get shot up in their legs and feet and they get the free
maybe they figure
shots?
that they're going to lose this game, so they're going to sit.
I don't know.
They figure they're going to lose.
Hey, listen, all I'm saying is Chris Paul isn't playing.
I'm not gonna sit. Oh.
I don't know.
We're going to lose this game. Who are they, the Thunder or something?
Would you rather have Chris Paul
158-96.
Would you rather have Chris Paul at 100% taking a game, resting a game, or getting back into whatever's wrong with his leg, or playing him at 50% and getting blown out anyway?
Well, the Suns have some other guys that are pretty good on this team.
Sure,
They're pretty good too. Yeah.
They don't finish with the second best record in all the NBA. I mean, a better record than the 76ers, who you have in the finals. And not have more than one good player. It just doesn't work that way. People forget that LeBron and AD are two of the best players in the NBA. I don't think anyone's ever forgot that for 1 second. That could be. We've had some dumb comments on our show, and there's no such thing as a stupid question except for the stupid questions, but that could be the dumbest comment ever. Rod, have you forgotten that AD and LeBron are two of the best players in the NBA? I think I say it in every Lakers video, even when they're not playing. Right? I say that. I said they have the two of the top 4 or 5 players in the entire NBA. LeBron James, Anthony. I say it in every single video. I don't, even when they're not playing. I don't think anyone has ever forgotten that. I would venture to say that less than 2% of people that watch the NBA at all have forgotten that. It could be the dumbest comment I think we've ever got. It's up there.
No, all time.
Well, it's not the dumbest. It's like we've definitely had dumber than that. I mean,
when you guys all had the same play, I always auto fade. That was the dumbest.
Anyways. How are the Suns a better team? Because of the record. The better players don't necessarily
you can't
make
go by record.
Having 2 really good players doesn't necessarily make the better team. Why were the Tampa Bay Rays in the World Series last year? Name 4 players on that team that went to the World Series last year from the Tampa Bay Rays. They were in the World Series last year. Name 4 players. See? That doesn't necessarily make them the better team. It makes it that they have that. Yeah, the Lakers bench is way worse than the Suns. Way worse.
Oh, yeah,
because
sure.
you have all of that money. It's a salary cap league. It's like Aaron Rodgers, right, with the Packers. All of that money is poured into these 2 guys. So you can't really get the supporting cast. The Nets somehow have distributed, right? They distributed. I think, Drummond, is he working on the cheap there or something? He must be. Anyways, Brian, what are you selling?
Well, the good news about yesterday is I cashed my NBA playoff premium and my
We don't
NHL
care. What are you selling today?
10-3-70.
We don't care. What are you selling today?
I got my NBA golden ticket for $30 at pickdogs.com or my NHL Thursday Extreme Violator, 75% in the NHL playoffs. So, or you can get all 5 plays a day, $50 at
nauseating,
pickdogs.com.
man. Rod, what do you got? What are you selling?
For me, it's a thrilling Thursday. I got a nice 5-pack. We got 2 MLBs, 2 NBAs, and 1 NHL. Absolutely love these 5 bets. Totally in our favor to keep crushing the books. as Hot Rod keeps torching your bookies, jump aboard if
Hot
you cash
Rod, he's calling himself third person. Third person. I'm going to do it too. Mitch has got an early MLB 3-pack for you. Mitch is also going to be adding some other MLB plays. It's just a lot of late lines and a lot of late actions. I'll be adding some later an MLB later package as well. So Mitch should have plenty of premium picks for it. I like that. Third person. Anyways. Oh, man. So if people want to see your records, they can go to the website and see it. Just sit here and bore the crap.
It's called advertising what you have to sell. And
yeah, but it's easy to
you're
also
doing
say,
well in
you
the
know,
NBA playoffs, you let
but
people
you know,
know
it's easy to
you're
just
doing well.
pick
You don't
out
just
the
ignore
losses
it.
too. It's like, I mean,
if you're 10-3 in the NBA playoffs, that's what you say. You're 10-3 in the NBA playoffs. If I wasn't, I wouldn't say it. That's what I am, so I said it. I don't understand.
all right, great. I got B+ in 6th grade history. Has about the same relevance.
Not really.
Yeah, really, it does. It does.
People are buying picks. They want to go with somebody that's winning in the NBA playoffs. So that maybe that'll have them take a look at me and see what I have to offer.
I could always. All right. James Clark, I think, is number 1 in NBA. Big Al.
For the entire season, James Clark is number 1. Big Al number 2. They've been kicking ass all year.
All year. Take the names. I won't do the drive-thru without James Clark. That's strict James Clark policy. He likes to call me after the show, which is nice too. Kind of post-production. I like James Clark. Contest winner, right? People ask me all the time, how can you be a handicapper on the show? Look at James Clark. He won the handicapping contest. And he kind of won it in a little bit of a weird style. He hit just a couple of really big dogs that kind of pushed him over the top, right, Rod? And then you look at him, though, as a handicapper on the site, and number 1 in NBA. I think that's kind of like catching lightning in a bottle right there, finding a handicapper like that through the contest. And I think that's why the contest was a really good test for handicapping, because you had to go at it every day for 30 days, just like regular handicapping. You had to. It was a very good thing, and you could see it play right out there because James Clark, he won the contest. It's not like he was ever on a handicapper on a site. It's not like he had ever done those things. But look at the value that he brings to everybody, and and he also is a big part of the community. Like I said yesterday, giving out a premium play in the Facebook group, just because you guys hit a couple of likes on the thing.
Yeah, I like James. James good.
Stanley
Good
hates LeBron, but we all love Stanley. Everyone knows Stanley. Stanley does the time stamps.
Timestamps. Yeah.
Yep. I'm a 2-time speed watcher on YouTube. Like I said, I've said this before. I'm a 2-time. I watch everything 2 times speed. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for a single speed.
Certain PBR shows I'll watch 2 times speed.
Yeah, 2 times speed.
Crab fishing, like the deadliest catch is like 2 times speed. Woohoo! Look at those crabbies go.
Deadliest catch. Man. Some of the guys on there is kind of like a little too much for me. I've seen the
couple of the guys that are on there live right close to you.
Yeah.
They come down there and go fishing, and
I've seen
they catch the marlin, marlin they like.
No, but I've seen a couple of the captains on the deadliest catch live here. I've seen them at
like right close to you. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've
seen them
that looks pretty close.
The Time Bandit, not the one with the beard, the other one, the brother.
The brother.
Yeah, he lives here.
Yeah.
Saw him at Target.
And the guy on the Cornelia Marie is the one captain there. He has a place in Hawaii.
As they should. Mets Rockies game 1, Marlins Phillies, Pirates Cubs, Padres Brew Crew. Man, the was that a stupid running mistake by the Padres or the Brewers last night. I hate that, man. I hate walking in the winning run, walking in a run at all. And I also hate the stupid running error, you know? It's like they hit the ball to the second baseman. You don't think they're going to throw home for the tie when the tying run's coming across? And what are you thinking? You're out by about 100 feet. You can't even slide. You just look stupid, right? It's like the catcher's just like, I mean, you can't even slide. It's just so dead, right? You're just so dead. It's like if I tried to steal a base in baseball, you know? It's like, you're so out, you know?
Go Padres.
In Cincinnati, if you got there early, they let you run the bases. It's like it's actually a lot further than it looks, and it's like you're all sweaty. You know, it's like, why did I do that?
It's not that far to first base.
It's like, oh man,
yeah, that's pretty.
But all the way around, it's like, believe me, there's a reason they jog it. It's like the big guys always hit like the home runs because they don't have to run the, you know, just gotta jog the way around. Anyways, and the Indians and the Tigers. Any of these, Rod?
For me, the only one I like in this time spot is I like the Mets. I'll take the Mets. Should be Stroman pitching in this first game here. I think he bounces back off his rough couple outings and get a win. I just can't trust this Rockies team on the road. It's just awful. So give me the Mets over the Rockies. The only one I like in that early one. I think you can go double Mets. I mean, Mets. Game 1, game 2. I'm going to go double Mets today.
Double Mets.
Call me crazy again. At least I don't have any more hair to lose, so I can't lose any more hair betting on the Mets.
I gotta say, I kind of am the other side of it.
I like the Rockies.
I like the Rockies in both. Lucchese's pitching. He's like on my list.
What's wrong with Lucchese?
He's on my list. He's on my list.
As long as he can't make it through the order twice.
It's like
that's his only problem.
It's like
he goes through the order twice. Uh-oh.
It's like you have
out.
George Carlin's 7 words you can't say on TV. You got Mitch's pitchers you can't bet. It's like everyone knows who they are too. Everyone on the Dodgers, everyone on the Angels. Anyone playing against the Marlins, Nationals, or Giants. That actually came in, right? The Nationals were winning 3-0, but my parlay actually the reduced parlay came in. Johnny freaking Cueto.
Cueto got blown up early in that game.
That's his game.
They lost because Arizona gave up the lead in the 7th or 8th inning.
What was the halftime score of the Knicks-Hawks game? 15. I think it was 15. By the end of the third quarter, it had all of that.
Well, I was just saying because you said Johnny Cueto, but he didn't have anything to do with the Giants winning that game.
What are you talking about? He's a rock out there. He's a physical specimen. It's an intimidation factor. Who do you got, Brian?
For me, I think I agree. I like the Rockies in both games, but I think the better bet's the Rockies in the game 1 against Stroman. I'm into fade Stroman mode now. I know the Rockies are crappy on the road, but they're 1-1 so far in New York. The only game they lost was one of the best pitchers in baseball. And then for me, the best bet early is the Milwaukee Brewers. They burned me early against the Padres. The Padres just look like the squares playing the board. I know Hauser's on the mound, but give me the Milwaukee Brewers here as my best bet early, and then the Rockies second there in game 1.
I like the Rockies in Game 1 with Marquez against Stroman. Also, I gave out the Indians in the video, but it's kind of a lean to the Tigers here with Boyd. I know Boyd has not been as good as he was at the start of the season, but I think Bieber might be a little bit over bet. He hasn't been nearly the pitcher he was last season, so it's a lean to the Tigers. I got 27 leans today and 1 free pick.
Tigers are always bad.
You know, I used to play tennis in high school. Not really. I used to skip high school and go to the beach, actually, but that's besides the point. Anyways, before I was thrown out. How many of you were thrown out of Miami Sunset Senior High School? I think it was like a pretty new school, so I was like one of the first students thrown out of Sunset Senior High. They had a picture of me and my friends in a Jeep with the assistant principal chasing after us through the parking lot. We're all in beach clothes. Yeah, it's good. It's like, I did not do... It's like that, the picture. It's like... The assistant principal's like... chasing after us. Oh, man.
It was the other way for us. We were in parkas. So we had parkas, and then you put a sled. You attach a sled behind the truck and see how many guys you can get on the sled and go racing up the road.
Yeah,
and then you got to hit that turn. There was this one turn by the school. Who can hang on to the sled as you go around the turn?
Yikes.
Oh, yeah. Well, because there were snowbanks, right? So you're always going to, if you do fall off, you'll kind of roll into a snowbank. Some are a little harder than others.
All right. Got Rockies and Mets Game 2. Senzatella and Lucchesi. We got Yankees and Blue Jays Game 1. Herman and Manoah. We've got the Rays and the Royals. Singer and McClanahan. And that's all the early action. So let's just stop there, and then we'll go to the 7:05 starts. Rod?
For me, Royals burnt me yesterday. I'm going to take the Rays. McClanahan, he's solid. He can pitch one heck of a fastball, that's for sure. Averaging 90-some miles. I'm going to take the Rays. I don't trust the Royals. Took a shot with him yesterday and got burnt. Give me the Rays today. And that one. And I like the Jays. That was a good game, got canceled. It was a premium pick for me yesterday, the one that got canceled. I like Manoah, so I'm going to take the Jays in Game 1 over Domingo German. Yeah, Alec.
Herman.
Oh, yeah, right. It's silent. Sorry, Bundesliga. Herman. The two I like, Rays and Jays.
And Brian Bittler.
Yeah, for me, I think Toronto Blue Jays are the play. I totally agree with Rod. Manoah, definitely worthy of backing here against Herman, the Yankees. Early money doesn't say that in a small sample, but I think closer to 4 o'clock you'll see that Toronto is the sharp play.
Brian, what's your NBA playoff record?
10-3, 71%. But if you just take out the play-in games, I'm 6-1.
6-1 without the play-in games. I think my free picks are pretty good. I think I had one really bad day, but I think overall I'm way up on those on my NBA free pick videos. Been smoking them.
I think we're almost tied, me and Bittler, in the NBA. I think he's just about $20 ahead of me on the season.
All right. A little competitive thing going on here.
Coming for him. Well, we know you knew I was due for a little bounce back after the bubble.
What's your NHL record,
Yeah.
Brian?
6-2, 75%. Those are a lot of plus money dogs.
Mine started off and I got worked. I ain't gonna lie, I got roughed up, and then I just started giving them away. And I know if we would have kept track, they've been pretty good down the stretch here. But
Where are we at? Brian, you're up, right? Or did you give your picks?
I gave my Toronto Blue Jays a Manoah play. That's the only one I like to That's
Be interesting. I'm excited to see Manoah. You know, he's a guy I'm excited to see. Yeah, we didn't really give out a lot of games in this slot, but I am excited to see Manoah against the Yankees. He's moved up about $30, right, since yesterday. Yesterday's matchup, in a 7-inning game, he's $30 lighter.
I figured they probably figured they can get more Yankee money at a cheaper price.
He was plus 140 yesterday, right? Plus 130, plus 140.
Yep.
Got the Reds and the Nationals. I know Brian's a big National guy. Got the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Got Matt Peacock on the hill here against Carlos Martinez in the desert. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. And the Orioles and the White Sox. Dylan Cease minus 232 against Bruce Zimmerman. And the Orioles are just really sad right now. They've been terrible. Terrible. They almost look as bad as the Orioles. They stink. Rod, we know Brian's going to the Orioles, right? We know that.
Well, they're just as good. I think the team that's even worse is the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are 0-10 in their last 10. Baltimore 0-9, so they're trying to catch up if they're racing for who's got the worst. So I'm going to take Arizona here. They had a nice lead yesterday and just blew it in the end. So I'm going to take the Diamondbacks. They finally stopped the bleeding and get their first win over the Cardinals team, who definitely has not been the greatest on the road lately. So seems their offense has died. So give me the Arizona Diamondbacks over the Cardinals. And I like the Jays. Give me Robbie Ray over Jordan Montgomery in Game 2. Double Jays. You should come ahead even if you win one. So Jays and Jays.
Rod smoking Jays. Brian.
Yeah, for me, I think I got burnt yesterday going square, taking the White Sox on the run line. I'm not going to get burned again by the White Sox. I'm going to go Baltimore plus the 1.5. I think the White Sox win this game by 1. And then I'm off of Chris Flexen. I think he's going to get roughed up again today by the Texas Rangers, who have lost 2 straight. I think the Rangers salvage one here, so I'll take the Rangers the money.
Well, this is game 1 of the series, so it's not a salvage.
I thought they lost 2 straight. It's a 4-game series.
No, they played the Angels.
Oh.
Right. Played the Angels and lost. They came back and then just came up short yesterday. They were down like by 9 runs or something.
I think Flexen had his little run where he was competent. I think those days are over. I think he's headed back to Japan or wherever he was pitching last year.
Typical Mariners, right? Start off good, fall off. Yeah.
I don't know, man. This Matt Peacock, moving him into the starting rotation, you know. The last 2 starts have not been too bad. Of course, haven't been good for the Diamondbacks, but nothing has been. Last time, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 4 strikeouts, 5.1 innings on the road at Dodger Stadium. Who the heck knows? This is the same guy that he has one of the better. This is a Bittler pitching line. Bittler loves these guys. 0.1 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 1 walk and a home run. That means that every guy that got a hit or walk, everyone that reached base, he retired 1 batter, and everyone that reached base So he allowed 6 hits and a walk and allowed 7 runs. That means that he gave up a grand slam. Usually.
Yeah.
Usually that means he gave up a grand slam. We'll have to look at that. That's funny. 23rd round draft choice. 682nd overall. Pitching in the big leagues, man. There are guys drafted way higher than that never played in the big leagues. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go flexing here. I know the money's saying opposite, but I don't really care. I'm going to take the Mariners. I just don't like the way the Rangers are playing. I don't love the way the Mariners are playing. This is normally the time of year where the Mariners lose about 27 out of 30 heading into, that last month or so before the All-Star break. The Giants, there's no line out yet against the Dodgers. Alex Wood is getting the start there. But the Dodgers swept the Giants last week in San Francisco. And normally what we've seen from, traditionally in this series, when that happens, the other team goes into the other park and wipes the floor with them. And we saw that in the Padres-Dodgers series too, that they went in and just absolutely wiped the floor with them. The Padres did, after getting swept in San Diego at Petco. The Angels also have an outfielder pitching today. Just never a good thing. Remember when Jose Canseco came in and pitched? It's like, I think he ended up being injured for like a year after that. It's like when the guys... Yeah. You see, like, who was it? So the White Sox hit a home run off of like an outfielder that came in and pitched in the 9th inning up by like 15 runs, and there was like this whole big stink about it. It's like, how could you, hit a home run up by, 15 or whatever? And like all of the baseball players, like all of them in the entire league said, you bring a position player in to pitch, you get what you get. It really doesn't matter. I think that's the way they feel about this Ohtani. They love to tee off on this guy. Oakland hanging around. 2.37 ERA for Ohtani. Last time out, 4.2 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 tater, 72 pitches. We don't use the term tater too much on this show. I like that one.
Right?
I like that one. I like that one. You like that one, Brian? You use that one?
I think that's like a 70s term.
Yeah, 70s. It is a 70s term. It's a good one, though.
I like bomb.
Bomb is good. We use bomb all the time on this show. 2 bombs. It's like Jordan Lyles is the one that we use that on all the time. It's like, Jordan Lyles, take a look at the pitching line. 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 bombs. All right, I guess it takes us to the NHL, the National Hockey League. 2 games, right?
2 games today, yeah.
I saw the videos when I loaded them up. Chris Ruffalo show featuring Rod Zawacki. I called Ruffalo out on the cross-examination yesterday on the drive-thru, by the way. For those of you that didn't see it. I called him out. It's like, I said it to Tony Silas when he threw it to Ruffalo. I said, Ruffalo, your witness. Leafs and the Canadiens, plus 187 on the Habs. They still call them the Habs, Rod?
Yep.
The Habs. Stands for habitual winners, right?
There's also some other terms I like.
That's how Rod wins all those mayor of Calgary elections.
Right?
Wow.
For me in these 2 hockey.
Can you imagine? So they're saying, some saying that Oakland is, they're talking about Oakland leaving, Oakland. The commentary that's like, I hope they don't go to Vegas. It's like, can you imagine playing home games outside in Vegas in the summer? It's like it would have to be a pure indoor stadium, like not even like a retractable. It would have to just be a pure indoor stadium.
I think Vegas would be a good home.
Yeah, but have you been to Vegas in July?
I mean, it's like 120 degrees.
Yeah, I was in Vegas July 4th a couple of years ago, and it was 117. I took a picture of it it was on the car thermometer, 117.
Yeah, you built a dome stadium, retractable roof.
I think that I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe. All right, let's get to this hockey action.
All right, the two hockey action. I'm going to take the under in the Leafs and Canadiens game, just like they have been. These have been lower scoring games. So we're going to take the under in that one. Goals come at a premium. Canadiens do battle. They try to hang in there, but goals are going to be tough. So give me the under 5.5, and the other one I like the over. Give me the over 5.5 goals in Nashville. Surprisingly, these things have been close. They've been 2-2, 3-2, a lot of 3-2 games in this one. The last 3 games have all went to overtime. Not sure if it's going to go back to overtime again, but we're definitely going to take the over 5.5 goals. We're going to see lots of goals in that one.
Yeah, for me in the hockey game, I'm going with the Montreal Canadiens plus the puck and a half. I think everybody and their mom is humping up on the Maple Leafs and the puck line. You see it's paying out plus 122 for Toronto Maple Leafs minus the 1.5. I see this being a 1-goal game. Toronto's going to win it. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, like Rod said. I could see 2-1, 3-2, somewhere in that range. So I'm going to take the plus 1.5 in Montreal.
Vegas has minor league teams, right? There are minor league teams in Vegas.
Yeah, Joe was at the baseball game. I think they're the Aviators.
I'll tell you what, man. I would love to go to a baseball game with Joe D'Amico. That would be a good couple hours.
Major League Baseball in the suite.
Oh, yeah. D'Amico. Like I said, every time I see Joe D'Amico in Vegas, he's got like a wad of cash. Like, I don't know how it fits in his pocket, you know? So it's like... He's one of those guys. Love it. It's pretty cool, you know. It's like you ever see those guys?
I like to have as least amount of stuff in my pocket as possible.
It's like you got. It's like, hey, how much is that? $5. Oh, I got it. He takes out the water cash. Lawyer Malloy in New England, he used to carry a wad like that. It was all hundreds. Waiters used to fight over his table because they knew that, like, say it came to $101, he would leave $200 and say keep it. Because all he carried was hundreds. You done with hockey?
Yep.
See, I didn't even bash it, right? This guy said I bash it I said, when did I bash it? You bash it every day.
Not every day.
I really don't. In fact, we re-added videos to our videos thing. Ruffalo does them. 182 likes. 457 people watching. 463. 197 likes. All right. So we could do the parlay and the recap together, I think. You guys want to do the parlay calculator? We haven't done that in a long time. I like it. Do we have time? Yeah, we got time. What the heck? Let's do it. Let's see. See if I can find it on here. Brian Rod. Let me see if it works. I have to get my screen ready. I have so much crap on here. All right, what do we got? Let's see here. Oh, crap. Thank God I didn't do this. It's Brian Warren. I didn't do the premium video. That would have been a disaster. All right, we're going to have to skip the parlay calculator. We'll do it tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, we'll go back to the parlay calculator. And then we can also do the recap at the same time. We'll do the recap. And I think the way that we could do it is do the recap and then do the parlay calculator at the end of the recap, because this will give me time to get the parlay calculator set up. Because I think I struggle with the parlay calculator, like with the timing of it. But if you do the recap first and then the parlay after the recap, we'll do it. All right. I'm in. We start tomorrow. Stay tuned. It's going to be a very special show. This looks like it could be today. All right, Rod, you want to do your parlay and recap?
Sure.
Well, let me put you on the. Let me put you up there. Let me give you the stage. See, if the Grizzlies would have won, you would be hosting the VIP show. You could have it on a graphic.
Well, I almost got the backdoor cover. It's close.
Almost.
1-3 away from. It was close. Mm-hmm. Well, we're gonna in the NBA. We're gonna take the Heat minus the half a point. If you can see, if you can get the point, take the point. You get plus money off the -1 in the first quarter. And take the Lakers, lay the points. Nice double-digit win in that one. MLB, we're gonna take Mets on the money line game 1. Mets on the money line game 2. We're taking Jays on the money line game 1. Jays on the money line game 2. We're gonna take the Rays on the money line, and the Diamondbacks on the money line. NHL, we're going to take the Leafs game under the 5.5. Nashville over the 5.5. In my parlay, we're taking the Jays game 1 on the money line, Mets game 1 on the money line, and the Leafs game under 5.5. Jump on over to Pick Dogs Premium. Grab my thrilling Thursday 5-pack. Gonna have another 3 winning days in a row. Excited about today's card. Love it.
Brian, the host, Bitler.
I'm taking the Lakers.